Oh, yeah. Tonight's Home Team Sports is gonna be narrated by yours truly. That's right. Macho Man Randy Savage, former Intercontinental and World Heavyweight Champion in the WWF. Yeah, you got it? Tonight we're gonna talk definitions. Yeah, definitions. And the definition of fantasy is the opposite of reality. Yeah. It is also categorized in many ways. One way is literature or genre, yeah. Another way is someone's imagination, yeah. Or dreams, yeah. Or your opposite of reality is fantasy, yeah. Used in a sentence, it's not real, it's a fantasy. Fantasy is my favorite genre of books, yeah. Just like the reality is that one team in the NFC East won their game because the cream always rises to the top. Oh, yeah!
Team Sports on the Big Alboski. That is heel turn Harry. That is Adrian. That is Anthony Joseph. What's up, everybody?
That was the worst intro you've ever done on this show.
You're very welcome. What's up, Chris Mant?
Oh, I thought you said I was Anthony Joseph.
That's you are Anthony Joseph. I'm not reading that.
No.
Wait, does that say the Big Alboski Killer?
That's what that says. But I gave him a dose of reality. Hi, Courtney.
Hey, Courtney.
Are we really going to sit here and pound our chest because we beat the Atlanta Falcons?
Yes, I am. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. No, let me answer that. No, he brought it up. Let me. I wasn't going to go there yet.
But I'll answer the question.
I'll answer the question for you.
Go ahead.
I'll answer the question for you. That is, all those assholes out there in the national press had the Eagles pit, 3-4 wins in the fucking season. Plus, they had the Atlanta Falcons favored in that game at home by 4 points or 3.5, and nobody knew how good or bad Sirianni was going to be. Nobody knew how good or bad Jalen Hurts was going to be. That asshole Chris Sims had him ranked 40th out of all the quarterbacks. That means he was ranked lower than some of the backups, all right? So guess what? Jalen Hurts has arrived. Eat crow. We're 1-0, and the rest of y'all are 0-1.
The reason why he's going to pound his chest, Harry, is because he doesn't know how many more times he's going to be able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, the Falcons defense, I feel like we could throw for 300 yards against them.
And that offense that I thought was going to be, God, do they suck?
Can I say something? When there was somebody who had picked Atlanta to beat the Eagles, and I said, you got to have more faith. And I picked the Eagles to beat Atlanta, but we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, you picked that boys too, didn't you?
No.
Huh? No.
Oh, okay.
Our first item up for bids is
$5.
Yeah, no. What's up with Mr. Rodgers? Anthony, all right, he'll turn Harry. You going to start this off?
Well, I mean, can we give some respect to the Saints defense? Because that's a pretty damn good defense. And there's really something to be said for at least somewhat of a preseason and off-season. But I mean, it's one game, and the Saints defense is pretty good. I will say that Aaron Rodgers looks like 20 years older than he should, though. And
his pictures with his hair slicked back and everything.
Yeah, that has to go. You know what? He's getting too comfortable with that California lifestyle because that man bun's got to go.
Yeah. He does have a nice little man bun going.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's nice. I'd say it's there, but it's
All right, Anthony, what do you feel about Aaron Rodgers? What happened there?
You're welcome. Just so everybody knows right now, you're welcome. Everybody was tired of Aaron Rodgers. I drafted him in 2 fantasy leagues. He's done. He's done. I text him. Yeah, I got rid of him. You're welcome. You know what? I was listening to Shannon Sharp talk today, and he said,
"Yes, Skip, I would."
Aaron Rodgers was 50-50 on retiring.
Yeah, pretty much.
Says once you have any retirement there, it's you're already retired. And he looked retired yesterday. So he played a lot of golf in the offseason, and if he keeps his shit up, he's going to be playing golf soon again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he was playing golf. I think he was playing with Shailene Woodley.
Wait, why are you listening to Shannon Sharp? Like, you have to have something better to do.
Hold up, Skip. You can't be sitting there saying
I listened to many shows today trying to get everybody's thoughts because
that's what I do. I do the same thing.
In 2 leagues.
I do the same thing. Whether I agree with them or not, I do the same thing.
It was
that ale.
And at the end of the day, it's 1 week. Let's pump the brakes.
Yeah, and that's right. And that's Chris. That's what Chris Fant's saying here. He's like, as Rodgers would say, relax.
Yeah, it's 1 week. I mean, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm not telling people to relax after I just played like that, though.
All right, Adrian, how do you feel?
I think this is a product of him having that big fiasco this offseason, him throwing a hissy fit, not being in any of the team practices. His timing was off with everybody. Even he got his boyfriend back in the group, but he barely got him the ball. Like
they did everything
for him.
Everything he wanted.
Yeah, they gave him everything he wanted. He still threw a hissy fit. Did not show up in any of the OTAs or any of the like off-season workouts, nothing like that. He comes in like 2 weeks in the preseason. He decides he's going to play football, and it shows. They were overwhelmed. They fought a hungry team that was destined to prove something because everybody has
Written them off.
Because Drew Brees is gone. What are y'all going to do without Drew Brees? Jameis Winston is a wash-up. I mean, Jameis Winston came out and played like you've never seen him play before. You've never seen Jameis Winston have a game like this where he was, 1, this accurate, 2, this poised, and 3, this deadly when he had his hands on the ball.
Let's give a little credit to the Saints D, though. Cuz, how do you feel about all this?
I was listening to what AJ says, and I agree with Shango. You know what I mean? This offseason was a fiasco with him. I know Sharp said he was about retiring, but when you listen to Aaron Rodgers' interview, he had stated that, he was thinking about retiring because he felt that they weren't committed to him as a quarterback, and he didn't want to be there. Same thing happened with Tom Brady a couple years ago when they drafted Jimmy G, but they ended up getting rid of Jimmy G last year with Carson Wentz and Jalen Hurts. You're the star quarterback for a team, and you draft your replacement in the first round. Like that's when it started. That's when it started happening. And he doesn't want to be with an organization that doesn't feel like he was wanted. So. One bad game. You know what? He didn't have no practice. He didn't play. He wasn't the only one. I mean, there was in our fantasy leagues, there was a lot of players that did not show up this week.
Yeah.
There was
Josh Allen. Thanks, Josh Allen.
I tell you what, that one play really swung that game, I thought, was that interception that they waited for them to return. And the guy gets tackled, they throw the flag, and then called roughing the passer. That really – that hurt. That was a 14-point swing.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a clean hit. I mean, that was a bullshit call. I mean, I think the Saints D was still too good for Rodgers playing like garbage. But
don't forget about the Saints. We talk about Winston. Adrian brought it up about James Winston hitting this target. He had LASIK eye surgery to improve his vision.
I saw
this year, but the prior year. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying he can see his own team now.
Anthony. All I gotta say is thank God for Mahomes. Well,
crab legs are magic.
Mahomes is the only reason why Harry got any fantasy points.
Yeah. The rest of my team didn't decide to show up.
All right. So speaking
Every fucking one of them.
All right. So speaking of winners, all 4 teams in the NFC West won. Were you guys impressed, Harry?
I mean, yeah, but I mean the Rams. To me, that was expected. I mean, it depends. I mean, they were good before. So how impressed can you really be considering, like that was supposed to be the division.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say the Rams really impressed me. And more Matthew Stafford. I feel like I should have got him.
What?
The Rams did impress me. They've really impressed me.
They did. They well, I mean, because they're always like they have no first round picks for like the next decade. So one of them has to pan out. And they're like, oh, we're a quarterback away. Goff is trash.
It's now or never for them.
Because they don't. And Aaron Donald's only going to be Aaron Donald for so long.
10 more years.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure you're gonna pay him again at some point.
Yeah.
You
got to. You got to.
Yeah.
Anthony?
I mean, I was impressed by all 4 teams. I mean, the least impressive was probably the Niners. They almost blew that game
against Detroit.
I think they got comfortable. I think they got real comfortable.
They got comfortable, and I tell you what, that's where good teams don't get comfortable. They step on your neck, I was impressed with the Rams because you got a guy that came in during the offseason, basically took over this offense, and it looked like he owns this offense. So, I mean, for a guy that just got on the team, he came out there and looked flawless. So, I mean, that's impressive. He's going to get better as the weeks go on.
If I would have played the Saints defense, I would have beat Allen.
Seattle, I mean, yeah, they look good.
I was most impressed by Arizona because Arizona, I thought, had the toughest opponent. And I thought that I picked them to lose.
But we had talked about this though. We had said Henry's age is creeping.
Right.
He's still how long going to be a beast for?
And you know what? How much was Bud Dupree looking good because he had T.J. Watt also that you had to take care of?
T.J. Watt just got that money, boy. He looked like he looked like he's like a big thank you.
Well, I mean, a huge, I think, part of why Bud Dupree had such a great season or two was because you had T.J. Watt that they had to contend with. And that's all they really did, I think, the Titans, defense-wise. They just got Bud Dupree, and they made a bad defense not as bad. And that offense is streaky. Like, that college crap that they run, you're going to have great weeks like they did.
Oh, Arizona?
They run that ridiculous air raid stuff.
What are you talking about, Arizona?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Kyler Murray is going to roll out one of these times and do his little run around, and he's going to get drilled. It's coming.
He weighs like 100 pounds.
It's coming. He's going to get hit hard. It's working now, but when your luck runs out.
They need a running back. Like, they need someone that can at least run the ball.
Yeah.
Well,
I got the guy for them.
All right, so Adrian, how did you feel about the NFC West teams?
I agree with most of what everybody's saying. I was really impressed. Matthew Stafford looked like a kid who just opened up his first Christmas present. Like that, like you gonna protect me, and I got people to throw the ball to. Oh,
and I got a defense. Oh,
this is about to be coming out. I see, and like Harry said, Arizona's very streaky. So they'll have games where like, oh my God, they look amazing, and then they'll have games of like, okay, that's Arizona.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 49ers. I mean, it's Detroit.
Right. And they lost their running back. They lost a couple of other players.
Detroit lost their first, they lost their first round pick.
No, I meant the 49ers.
Oh, yeah, and the 49ers, they lost Morstead.
They lost their running back.
He's gone for the year. So
lucky me.
It's still up.
I got his backup if you want to trade for him.
Yeah, I mean, true. I think the best, like right now, I'm more interested to see just how, the Rams, what they're going to look like for the rest of the year. Because it seems to me they found their missing piece. Jared Goff was very streaky. He was very up and down. He was so inconsistent. It was driving the organization crazy.
Did you see Goff's pass at the end of the game? They're really missing out.
Yeah, I know, right?
Right to the other team.
Yeah, I know, right? Like he was like Santa giving that shit away. Like, I mean, so now you got a guy. You have a quarterback with an arm. You have a quarterback who is smart. You have a quarterback who can just Woods is covered. I have Cup. Oh, can't give it to Cup. There's Higbee. Can't give it to Higbee. Woods is open. I'll throw it to Woods. Like, he's got weapons now. And I know a lot of people are like real critical of Matthew Stafford. Oh, Matthew Stafford's overrated. Oh, Matthew Stafford's this. Matthew Stafford has never had a team. Matthew Stafford has had players. He had players around him. Now he has a team.
Right.
So be prepared.
I mean, did he ever have like a defense or a running back? I know he had Megatron for a while, but he's never really had a running back or a defense.
It was very up and down. He had
Reggie Bush.
He had Reggie Bush for a little bit, but Reggie Bush, after Reggie Bush had already won a Super Bowl and gave up on doing anything other than I'm gonna run around in a circle and fall down.
Hi, Mom. Chris Vant wants to know, AJ, did the Giants show up at home?
We didn't get there yet.
We didn't get there.
Well, no, they were there. They were actually in the stadium, but that's about it.
I don't know if Phil's with us or not but I wanted to get his take on the NFC West before I move on to the next topic.
He loves the Rams.
Right. I know he loves the Rams. And
not as much as Dan Orlovsky. Have you heard Dan Orlovsky talk about the Rams?
Dan Orlovsky was touching himself talking about the Rams.
Dude, Matthew Stafford's like his high school sweetheart that he wants to keep forever. He's going to get married.
You see the way they played? Oh, did you see what they was doing?
The stadium's beautiful, though. The stadium is beautiful.
Yeah,
that is nice stadium.
All right.
Not as nice as the Redskins stadium.
We lost Cousin Phil, but he'll be back.
Sitting room.
All right, now you are. All right, what's your take on the NFC West before I switch topics?
Well, you talk about impressed. I want to talk about not impressed, and that's the San Francisco 49ers. You're all talking about how you're impressed. They let Detroit come back there. You know what I'm saying? That offense is they don't have receivers, they don't have runnings, they don't. You know what I mean? Their best receiver is a tight end. But they let them come back, and they played a weak defense. Mitchell, the guy that was undrafted, they took Sermon and made him inactive, a third-round pick. I don't know, man. This coach doesn't seem like he knows what he's doing. Because I don't think Mitchell runs on a good defense, to be honest with you, like he did. So I'm not impressed with San Francisco yet. So
I know what you're doing, and I don't like it. You're trying to trick everybody from trying to pick them up. I know what you're trying to do.
Biggest disappointments are Buffalo and Tennessee. Your thoughts? We're gonna get to that, Big Nick. We're gonna get to we're gonna get to the who's disappointing and who's not a little bit later. That's another subject. But all four teams in the NFC West won their games. But guess what? All four teams in the AFC West won their games. So who stood out to you in the AFC West, Harry?
I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea who's in the AFC West.
Okay, that would be Kansas City,
Vegas,
LA Chargers,
Rams.
The Denver Broncos, and the Raiders.
Well, I'm gonna say the Chargers, only because Justin Herbert coming out of Oregon was gonna be the number one pick. He goes back to Oregon, and then everyone's picking him apart like he's not a great quarterback. And he slips. And he's playing like he's the number one pick right now. You got a good defense. Not a great defense. They're a good defense. You got good
What
wide
you doing,
receivers.
Chris, man? I see you.
I mean, they're a sneaky pick to do some serious things in the playoffs, the Chargers, as long as Eckler stays healthy. If he's not healthy, it throws off the whole dynamic of what you want to do to run you run to throw the ball and so on and so forth. But to me, I think they could maybe possibly challenge the Chiefs in a year or two.
That's a year or two. I thought you meant this year.
No, a year or two. They're a piece or two away.
I'm not that far behind it. That's accurate, I think. Anthony?
I mean, the easiest answer is the Chiefs, right? They beat up on and they didn't beat up on the Browns, but they didn't
beat up on the Browns, but they beat a good team.
They came back and beat the Browns. But I'm going to go with Harry on this one. For the Chargers to go cross country first game, usually there's a lot of lag. West Coast teams don't play good on the East Coast, and you know what? They got the job done when they needed to. So that's sign of a good team.
Most impressed with the Chargers. Adrian, who were you most impressed with?
This was kind of hard because I wanted to say Denver, but you really can't say Denver because the Giants are still trying to gel that defense together. The defense
trying to figure it out.
Yeah, they're still trying to figure out that defense. The Chargers, that was a good game. That was a really good game. But I mean, you got to kind of go with Kansas City. They were down. They were getting stomped and came back and won that game. So my pick would be Kansas City.
Cousin Phil?
Oh, man. You know what? I like what you guys say about Kansas City, but I can't go with Kansas City because they're expected to win. There's two things that stood out for me in the West. One was Teddy Bridgewater. He was phenomenal. Yeah. He hit 10 different receivers. 10.
It's on the defense.
Doesn't matter. Suck. Even if you don't have a defense, you still have somebody that shines.
Right. Thank you.
Nobody shined. They hit 10 different receivers. But I got to go with the Chargers. I got to go with the Chargers for the simple fact last year they lost the most. They could not hold the lead in the fourth quarter. They lost the most close games last season, and this one they ended up finishing it.
Regardless of the playoffs.
Relax.
I'm just saying, man, 10 different receivers. I don't care what defense you're playing.
You know what? I'm with all you guys, but let me give my take here because I didn't give my take on the NFC West. Simply because it's hard not to say that I was unimpressed with the 49ers, but impressed with the Rams. But as far as the AFC West is, I'm going to give a little love to the Raiders. Only for the simple fact that Baltimore looked amazing the entire damn game. Looked like that game shouldn't even have been close, and somehow they kept running it. They kept hanging in there, and it seemed like to me that team from what I watched of the game, I only watched like the first half. That team seemed to play with fire. Maybe it's Gruden, maybe it's all of them. They seem to be really pumped and into that game and never gave up and stayed in it. And won it in overtime. Sloppy as it may be, they won the damn game. And Baltimore
was great. That was a great overtime.
So I'm gonna give a love to the Raiders because Kansas City was what we thought they were gonna do. LA did what they thought we were gonna do. Denver did what they thought they were gonna do. So I'm gonna give a love to the Raiders.
Can we at this point say Lamar Jackson's overrated?
Extremely.
I'm with you on that.
Wait. You three took Baltimore. Me and Adrian are the only one that picked the Raiders.
I know. I couldn't switch my pick because I already told Alan I seen his pick, so I couldn't switch it. With all the injuries, I would have never taken Baltimore.
Lamar Jackson has a serious issue because he needs to learn how to throw the football because when he runs, he fumbles.
No, he missed wide open guys. Like he held on the ball too long to take off.
So you were impressed with the Raiders beat up on a depleted defense?
Okay. Stop. All right.
The end of that
Baltimore,
game.
Listen, Baltimore, Buffalo, and Tennessee are the difference between my picks being 7-9 and 10-6.
He was most impressed with the Raiders being on the 1 yard line in overtime and almost losing.
Right.
Yeah.
The end of the game, if you're a Raiders fan, you had 9 heart attacks. Okay. And
God.
like
Let
9
the Raiders have their moment because you know they're not winning the division, and hell, they probably won't even make the playoffs. So let them have their moment.
Did anybody notice that Derek Carr sounds like 50 when he talk now?
Was he wearing eyeliner last night?
Derek
It
Carr.
looked like he was wearing eyeliner. He
I
sounds
swear, I thought I was watching semi-pro where they all put the eyeliners
All right,
on.
so AJ brought this up in the chat. So this is his subject. I'm going to let him start off because he's the Giants fan in the room, and that is it time for the Giants to move on? Go ahead, Anthony.
It's time to break the whole thing down. I know it's week 1. I know it's an overreaction. I get it. It's time to blow it all up. And
It's week 1.
And I'm not even – listen, I'm not even upset with Daniel Jones. Barkley's got to go.
Now you're off Barkley?
Barkley is – listen.
Wait, I told
Wait,
you.
time out.
AJ.
Because everybody was all excited about Barkley. Here's what happened with Barkley. He had 19 rushing yards last year in 2 games.
Right.
Got hurt, went down for the season, and he's still that shit running back from last year in week 1. It was a game where you're coming back, you're looking to prove yourself, and he fell flat on his face.
Okay, first off, Denver had one thing to do and worry about, and that was him. They shut him down, and the rest took care of itself. Denver had a game plan, said,
the defense couldn't get off the field.
Barkley's comeback game. He could come out crazy and beat us, or we could take him out early, and then they fall behind, and then the Giants have to
I want to say Denver had 2 10-minute drives too. So I mean that will kill you too.
Well, that works.
Another thing you got to pay attention to: how many years in a row has Denver been in the top 10 when it comes to run defense?
Chris, I'm saying he wasn't the same before the injury. He's the same.
That's directed towards me because I was one of those excited people that Barkley was back and comeback player of the year.
Listen,
Barkley got to go. Is this guy serious?
Listen,
did you watch him run last week?
Go ahead, Phil. Go ahead.
Does this guy watch football? The guy just
said
comment
last
it?
week.
He's a fucking Eagles fan.
I said last week. Remember, we were picking the teams, and I said I was taking Denver for the simple fact Barkley wasn't going to be Barkley in game 1 against that run defense. He's still coming back from an injury. He hasn't played in over a year almost, maybe right at the year. Yeah,
been limited in every practice.
Give him time. But I got something. I said I would keep this a secret. I would give this a secret.
He's got
but
something.
I like this. Is it time for the Giants to move on? I know a guy in one of my fantasy leagues who had Carson Wentz, Jalen Hurts, and Danny Jones available for his second quarterback, and he selected Jalen Hurts over his Danny Dimes. Just saying, not mentioning any names.
He's a Giants fan. That started Hurts in fantasy
in that draft.
And I'm an Eagles fan that didn't start him.
So wait a minute, you mean to tell me he's a Giants fan and didn't even pick his own quarterback?
Nope.
That is shocking.
I'm not saying who, but that to me
shocking.
His thing, this thing right here. Is it time for the Giants to move on from Danny Dimes? The fans have.
Right.
Now it's time.
Fans already have.
I think it's time. No, it's not only just Danny Dimes. It's not only Barkley. It's the GM. It's Jason Garrett. You got to blow this shit up. The only one I would keep is Judge.
Go ahead, Harry.
There's no fucking team now. Did you watch him play?
But here's the thing, and Anthony's right. It is time to blow it up because this isn't just this like Danny Dimes. Like you took a running back 2nd overall.
He missed on both picks. He missed.
Not to mention you paid Nate Solder all that goddamn money, and he's terrible. You picked the worst offensive tackle when you could pick any of them that you wanted.
They might have 2 top 15 picks next year. It's time to blow it up.
This is a systematic problem because year after year, he's picking the wrong players, signing the wrong people.
Hiring the clapper.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, Saquon Barkley, good running back, but he needs holes. he is not going to get you those tough yards.
But here's the thing: are you going to pay him to keep him the money he's going to want?
Well, that's another thing.
No. So why would you not get rid of him now?
Because he's not worth a damn.
Yeah, you got to let him.
If he rushes for the same way for the next 15 weeks or 16 weeks, he's really not going to be fucking worth anything.
Right, well, what if in the next 2 or 3 weeks he has great games?
Then get rid of him.
Weaker defenses than the Broncos.
Then get rid of him.
You should have.
And then get rid of him.
Start shopping him.
When his value goes up.
This is what happened. You should have traded him last year before he got hurt, and now that he's hurt, you can't trade him. You're not going to get him.
They retired his jersey over at Whitehall. I think we should trade him for some Whitehall players.
Look,
I mean,
y'all sitting up there and I mean, Giants fans sitting there was happy when y'all got Ginger Clap, and now it's an issue because the dude's coming back from injury.
Nobody was as happy to get rid of Ginger Clap than I was because I was. Oh my God. But you know what the Giants' problem is Dave Gettleman just needs to just go away. He wanted, quote-unquote, hog mollies for his offensive line, and they've been drafting, offensive linemen. They've been signing offensive linemen, and they're still terrible.
You had the 2 Pro Bowl bookends from Kansas City who were available, and they threw all that money at Nate Solder.
Yeah.
Because they're smart. He's smarter than you.
Yeah, apparently.
All right, let's talk about something near and dear to Cousin Phil's heart. Are the Saints for real? Harry?
I'm going to say they can be. It's hard to trust Jameis Winston. It really is. I believe in him, but long term, he's going to give you 5 touchdowns.
I believe in the talent around him.
Yeah, but you know what, though? He has the talent.
Vision now, too.
I mean, if anybody could have fixed him, it's Tom Payton. And they don't need him to do a ton because they have Kamara and they have all the weapons and the defense. It's a tough division, though. So
he must be looking for Jamar Chase. The Saints, I'm going to say it's an overreaction. Let's give it a little bit longer. Everybody was so impressed that Winston didn't make a mistake, but he did if it wasn't for the bullshit roughing the passer call. He did make a mistake.
Yeah.
He threw 14 times for 140 yards against a team that was totally lost.
But 5 TDs.
Yeah. Cool.
Right.
I mean, when you start at the 20-yard line, I hope you can throw it in.
Completed 14 passes total, cuz
and one
because 5 of them were, just because he scored 5 touchdowns, overshadows the fact that.
But you say he completed 14 out of 20.
He completed 14 out of 20.
5 touchdowns. One was threw for 145 yards, and one was 55 yards.
So he did what he had to do to not lose.
Right.
Well, he tried to, but
that's the object.
The refs helped him.
Well, he didn't do that in Tampa Bay. He had the same team that Tom Brady had.
He still threw 5,000 yards.
Well, he showed 30 interceptions.
True.
He had eye surgery. He's good.
And I want to know how many crab legs he's stealing right now. Is what I want to know.
They're giving to him now.
Did you see the RG3 shade thrown at him?
Listen.
Oh, yeah. RG3.
Go ahead, Phil. Go ahead.
Forget about Jameis Winston, the offense. It's the defense there.
Yeah.
I mean, Lattimore, all that. I mean, they shut down Devontae Adams. I mean, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, 0 for 11. Their first third down.
You can't give the Saints
first down.
Fucking Rodgers.
Jordan Love got their
I
first
take all the
third
credit
down
for Rodgers.
conversion. Hey, man.
They came out and punched them in the mouth, and they did not know how to answer. That's what happened. They got thrown up there. They got thrown off by them coming out with that intensity because the media, everybody around the league had written them off.
But did you hear what I heard? Rodgers was asking Jeopardy questions in the huddle, confusing his own guys.
Pretty much.
Shut up, Anthony. Winston has the coach now. Winston has the coach now. Could have a good season, and Breeze will be in his ear. Well, he's in the booth. Last I looked.
Yeah. No, Breeze even said he couldn't make those throws. So I think Breeze is done. He's not coming back.
Oh no! I meant he meant like coaching him up or talking to him or whatever, texting him. Who knows?
All of a sudden, a guy text message gonna make him play better.
I don't know. But before we get to our NFL picks this week, we got one last subject, and that was the Jaguars need a new head coach, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They're going to. Yeah.
Urban Meyer is not an NFL coach. From everything I hear, he has a huge temper problem. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, can any of you guys name a time where anything positive was said with Urban Meyer's name in it?
What happens first? Does he resign or get fired?
Resigns.
There's a UFC opening.
you know, like Harry said, he said it himself that he could not coach in the pros because he was the type of coach when he was in Florida, Utah before that. Like Ohio State, he looks to go undefeated, and that's impossible in the NFL. And he hates to lose. He's the biggest baby when it comes to losing.
You can't yell at grown-ass men making 3 times of what you make.
Oh yeah, that was proven with
positive reaction.
No, you are not
Jim
talk to those
Harbaugh down there in
That's
San Francisco.
And Tebow was a disaster. And then they had their strength coach or whatever who had all that crap at Iowa. There's nothing positive out of Urban Meyer. And from he's yelling at grown men. Then they're like, dude, are you kidding me? Like,
he thinks he's a dicka.
Yeah.
And that didn't work.
He is a dicka.
He's a
dick. Ditka won the Super Bowl there.
No, he is a dick.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
He won one Super Bowl.
If you want.
Listen, I mean, Nick Saban is what? Probably the best college coach of all time.
And he lasted what, a half a season in the NFL?
Yeah, he chose to leave, though. That's a difference.
Same with Spurrier. Remember Steve Spurrier?
But he had
a hell of an experiment.
Yeah. Remember Chip Kelly, cuz?
Well, I mean,
let's talk about Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll was the worst.
Well, that's he's the exception to the rule.
But when he first came up, like these guys did, he sucked. He was not a good. Everybody thought he was not a pro.
Does Dak break
coach.
the passing yard record?
This guy fucking Jesus Christ! I think Chris is trying to piss me off tonight.
What do you mean trying?
Danny Jones will.
Is it working? Yeah, no. Dak. Listen, I'll answer this. Yes, he will. But they'll be garbage yards when they're coming back from behind every damn game.
I mean, they were winning, and then they lost by field goal.
No, that's called defense.
That's called a bullshit pass interference. Same.
Listen, Dak impressed me. I ain't gonna lie.
No, he did look good. I'm not saying he didn't look good, but I mean, Jesus, stop waxing his balls right now.
I was shocked, to be honest, and I'm a Cowboys fan. I was shocked with how well he played.
Hey, all I gotta say is, man, we talked about AJ brought up. Blow up the Giants. They really need to move on from Zeke and just start turning Pollard.
Yes, I agree.
If Dak breaks the record and they go 8-9, you're still gonna be impressed? Yeah, I am too.
Says the guy that the
Dak is going to break the record because they don't have a run game.
Says the same guy who was like, "Oh man, the Giants gonna be great this year. They spent all the money. They got a great team."
I already mailed it in.
Does everybody
You're
remember?
still holding on to hope you lost, and you guys can pat yourself if we lost. We did great.
Does everybody remember?
We got beat by a 60-year-old man on fucking defense.
You got beat by Teddy Bridgewater. Stop it.
I'd rather get beat by a 30-year-old Teddy Bridgewater than a 70-year-old Tom Brady.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Tom Brady's still good.
Tom Brady's the GOAT. All right, anyway. NFL predictions week 2. Does everybody remember how they did last week? I know, Adrian, you weren't here and we didn't get your picks.
3-1.
Huh? 3-1. Yeah, you were 3-1. I know I was 2-2 in the 4 games that we picked. Harry?
I have no idea.
Okay. Anthony, do you know?
Yeah, I won one game and it was them boys because they couldn't Beat the old man.
Chargers, Cowboys, game of the week. All right.
Freaking Bridgewater.
All right, stop. Our NFL.
You're about to get beat by Justin Herbert.
We're going to start with, and AJ, you have my permission to be as much of a dick during this next pick, and that is the Patriots at the Jets. Who do you got, Harry?
I got the Patriots by like 21.
Okay. Anthony?
Oh, the Jets fucked up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did. Yep, you passed on Mac Jones, baby. Patriots are going to put a whooping. And Bill Belichick doesn't like whooping on any other team than the Jets because you missed out on him, too.
Adrian?
Easy.
I'm going with
Easy
the Patriots as well.
What? Everybody got the Pats, Cuz?
I got the Pats too.
And so do I, but I think it'll be closer than you think.
But no, Zach Wilson looked good. I have to say that.
He did. When he was standing up.
When he was upright, right.
Yeah,
two offensive linemen. They have two offensive linemen injured.
Carolina mailed it in.
New York has two offensive linemen injured, and that's going to be the difference. He's going to be under duress the entire game. So, I mean, but I think it'll be closer because the Jets are home, and I'm not sold on how good the Patriots are just yet.
That defense is all you need.
The defense is good, but divisional games, sometimes they get goofy. But I think the Pats will still win. But
if they don't fumble the football, they win that game.
Let's go Raiders at Steelers. Who do you got, Harry?
Steelers again, probably by, I'll say 14. I mean, the Raiders aren't that good. I mean, they won, but like Darren Waller had like 1,000 catches.
And Baltimore's defense was their secondary was dilapidated and whatnot, so that helped.
Yeah, it's a good thing that they love their Rager.
Steelers look good against the Steelers defense. Looked good against Buffalo, and they created turnovers. AJ, who do you got here?
I'm Steelers with Waller having 35 targets.
Yeah.
He's going down in targets this week?
Yeah, because
TJ Watt's going to sack fucking Carr about 35 times, so he's just going to be throwing it up in the air by the end of the game.
Adrian, who do you got, Raiders or Steelers?
Steelers and not 35 targets, but he'll have 42 targets with 375 receiving yards.
Steelers all the way. Cousin Phil?
I'm going with the Steelers, and I agree that Watt's going to tear apart Leatherwood because Leatherwood let Houston get in there. Justin Houston washed up all day.
Right, we all got the Steelers. Let's go Chiefs and Ravens. I'm obviously taking the Chiefs, Harry.
Well, I mean, I'm going to go the Chiefs too, just because that Ravens defense, without Marcus Peters, that's a huge blow, and they lost Judon in the offseason. They let Derek Carr look like he was a top 5 quarterback, and he's really not.
Good he is now. He is right now.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Chris. That Chargers Cowboys is going to be a good game. Yes.
I'm taking the GOAT in this one. Patty Mahomes.
All right, there, Adrian.
I agree, Patty, and he throw real good.
Thank God.
Harry, you're going to have 40 points for Mahomes this week.
And I'll probably have like 60 points for the rest of my team, so it'll be all right.
Cuz, did you pick this game?
Chiefs, man. I took the Chiefs.
Here's a quick question before we jump into the next one. If you could have Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady, what quarterback you taking?
This year?
Patrick Mahomes.
Anytime.
Patrick Mahomes.
Brady.
Patrick Mahomes.
I take Mahomes.
Okay, so we got 3 guys that know what the hell they're talking
I would take Brady.
At least, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right,
listen, Mahomes only won because they muffed the fucking.
No, we're moving on now.
Brady
we're moving
knows
on.
how to
nope.
come back.
You better hope you got a good defense because you ain't beating us.
Here.
That's a whole nother show.
A muffed. That's the only reason Mahomes won.
You better have a good kicker to belly out.
Here's a question. If you put Tom Brady on any NFL team in the entire league, would he still be favored to win, whatever division he's
All
Absolutely
31
not.
except the Giants.
Or the Jets.
If he leaves anywhere where he can't bring all of his buddies, he ain't winning.
Or
He
the
can win
Jets.
on any other 31
Any other
except the
31 teams
Giants.
except the Giants.
Except the Jaguars. You put Tom Brady in the
I
Jaguars.
love you, Eagle fans. You beat the worst team in the league, and you're.
I didn't
Or the
say anything. I didn't
Can't
say
wait the
a
next
word.
week when you're all depressed, crying. I'm gonna step on you guys.
All right. Okay.
I'll
be waiting. Our next game is the LA Rams at the Colts. Harry, who do you got?
Rams. That offense is just nasty, and that defense is going to make Carson Wentz cry in the corner.
By the way, we've all agreed on every game so far. AJ?
Carson Wentz is gonna be a top 5 quarterback in this league one day.
Yeah, the interceptions.
this year.
But I'm gonna take the Rams.
He fumbled twice this week. All right. And he's already blaming everybody else but himself. See this post-game conference?
I couldn't see straight.
I just wanted the Eagle fans to really.
He said,
We miss you.
he said, I got to be better. That's what he said in Philadelphia every damn year. I got to be better. I'll look at the tape. I'll see what I did wrong. I got to be better.
They
He was
found the
saying every
answer.
time he was in a podcast, I got to be better.
Found the answer. It hurts.
He's not making
found
it.
him.
He's
Found
not
him.
making it to week 5 or 6.
Week 3.
You better hope so.
I know I better hope so, but I don't care. I'm just stating facts. He's not going to make it through. He's definitely not making it through the season. Adrian, Rams, Colts.
The Rams.
It's hard not to, right?
That's a no-brainer.
Well,
I mean, the Colts defense looks good, but come on.
I have this feeling that Phil's going to pick the Colts. But go ahead, Phil.
Nah, you know what, man? What I like about this Colts, the only thing was 76 of 76 for 100% offensive snaps for Wentz. We above that 75% right now, so I'll take that, man.
Well, Aaron Donald might stop that. They're just saying.
Aaron Donald's going to stomp a mud
right
hole in it.
now. That is why I'm hoping Wentz just keeps playing, man. I hope the Rams just the ball possession is like 45-15. You know, I don't want to see Carson.
I want to know how Chris Vant wins money on betting on football when he makes these weird picks.
You know, listen,
just throws money everywhere.
And he's got an OnlyFans. That's what it is, really.
All right.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right.
This one's tough, man. I kind of want to go Colts just because we picked the same on all the others, man. But I'm going Rams so I can still remain in first place with my picks.
They need a wide receiver, the Colts. Like they need someone for him to throw the ball to, though.
They do, but he's just not using it. He's just not using them.
Who would T.Y. Hilton?
No, Pittman.
No, T.Y. Hilton's hurt.
Pittman, maybe.
He said he won 12 games this week. You have to pick upsets. That's true. Buffalo pissed me off. Tennessee pissed me off. Baltimore pissed me off.
I got enough.
man,
The Rams are going to beat the Colts.
Why would you pick Tennessee?
Huh?
Because of Julio?
No, I just thought they were better than Arizona. And I'm not. Arizona is better than I thought they were. So it's
And Chandler Jones looks like a beast right now because he wants
Buda
money.
Baker, Chandler Jones, Bud Dupree, J.J. Watt.
yeah, I know now. Just like everybody knows that the Eagles are better than they thought they were.
What?
See?
You need
I'm
to
going
stop.
Rams. I'm going Rams. I didn't know.
All right,
I
everybody
was
went. Everybody went
my
Rams.
family
Thank
chose
you. You
that.
finally said it. All right, our last order of business is, if I could find it, I can't find it. I had it someplace, but it's not here.
Who you are with the Eagles being good?
No.
No.
Home Team Sports Fantasy Recap. How'd everybody do? Anthony, go ahead.
You saw my name, right?
Well, everybody saw your name the whole show, jackass. But they can't see it right
And
now.
I did that with Aaron Rodgers.
Here, want to see it?
Yeah,
See it?
which
There it
is scary. Scoring 1 point. 1.32. I'm sorry.
One of my guys scored 1 point, didn't they?
I thought your whole team scored a point.
No,
that was mine.
I had a shot because Lamar Jackson's usual number one target didn't get much during that game. So I thought I had a shot. And even AJ said to my son that I might still lose anyway because Andrews usually does pretty well. But he didn't have a normal Andrews game, so I lost.
In that game, I went against Lamar Jackson in one league and Andrews in the other league, and I survived both of them.
Harry, how'd you do, buddy?
I suck. End of story.
It's not that you suck,
dude.
It's that none of your guys did anything.
Well, no, they're all missing. All of them except Patrick Mahomes.
He's stuck, and it's not even for $20.
Yeah, like
now here's the cool. Now wait, guys, here's the cool thing. Phil played Adrian. We got both of them in the house right here. So, Adrian, how did you do?
I won.
That's it. That's all you got.
I won, and I wasn't necessarily worried, even though that Mike Evans really didn't do what Mike Evans normally does, but it was interesting to see, even with the injuries and stuff, and me having to scramble and put together the team and stuff, having to pick up another running back.
You know what was interesting, Adrian? The two guys that were on the show last week talking all that shit on us too. They both lost.
Doing that.
All right,
I did.
But this week I do play Adrian, so you're gonna lose.
All right, yes. Ooh, see? Now wait, before you get to that, I want to hear that. I want to hear that. But Phil, you haven't talked yet, so
listen, man, it's hard to come back against Dak and CeeDee Lamb. I mean, he put up 50-some points just with those two players on Thursday night.
And he didn't want Dak, remember?
He didn't want Dak. He didn't want McCaffrey.
Everybody knows who my pick was.
He didn't want McCaffrey.
Yeah, and you could have had him, sir.
Nah, I stuck with my commitment. I was like, you know what? I'm still going to try to win.
It wasn't your commitment.
Commitment. Upsets of the week are Cowboys over the Chargers and the Colts over the Rams. Wow.
I offered Adrian actually Mostert and Mahomes, and it's a good thing he said no because then he
got hurt.
I sent Adrian Cooper.
Yep.
2 running backs. Aaron Rodgers for Mahomes.
I'm glad I
did not take that.
I'm glad I didn't get Aaron.
All right, so
Mahomes, you don't have Mahomes. You meant McCaffrey.
AJ versus
McCaffrey.
All right, so we got 2 winners in the room, 3 losers. So the 2 winners are facing off against each other. What do you got to say?
Welcome to the Losers Club, Shango.
If you lose to me, once I'm done revamping this team one more time, if you lose to me, I'm going to
see what you don't understand is it's 1 in the draft, buddy. It's not 1 on the waiver wire. Know who hopes for waiver wires wins?
Me.
The guy next to me.
Yes, he does. He absolutely does.
I do.
My wife says I'm going to beat Harry this week.
Do you know who I played?
Who doesn't beat on Harry this week?
You play me. Bring it, cuz. Bring it. One of us has to win.
It ends in a tie now.
It's going to end in a tie. Right.
I think with everything that's set up, and if he does his team right, there's no way I should be able to come close to his points.
We'll see. I got Aaron Rodgers.
Harry, you got anything for my wife? She's got you this week, she says.
I have nothing.
Nothing.
But I don't want to.
No smack talk. No smack talk.
How can I say I'm going to beat your wife? That just sounds terrible.
It sounds awesome to me, to be honest with you, but that's neither here nor there.
If you don't get her straight, we're going to beat her.
She talks so much smack. She said, I'm going to be the only female in the group, and I'm going to beat all your asses. She ran her mouth.
Oh, she did?
Because she got Tom Brady, blah, 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 blah.
But she's a Jets fan. We have to hold back. Like
she didn't have Aaron Rodgers.
Now you're pissing Chris Vant. You know Chris Vant is watching, and you're pissing the Jets fans off now.
Do you know? Did you see the projected points between your wife and Harry?
No.
121.5 for your wife, to 121.2 for Harry.
It's gonna be a tie. It's gonna be a tie.
Listen, if I'm not on the show next week, I'm just letting you know why ahead of time.
You mean you're not going to show if you lose?
You're going to find me in a ditch next to Yankee Stadium, just crying.
AJ's a 25-point favorite this week.
Yes, he should be. He should be.
25-point favorite.
Isn't there any moves you can make to kind of?
Yeah, I'm
give up now. Move on to the next week.
Adrian, can I have some players, please? I need some players. Can you not take them all?
He's looking.
I'm waiting for Harry to do these waiver moves where all of a sudden he goes from 79 points to 179 points.
He's going to trade Patty Mahomes for.
There's a lot of waiver claims up there.
Oh, I got 3 up myself.
There's a lot. And I'm like, okay, we're going to see what it comes down.
Yo, man, Mr. Chase is floating around out there, isn't he?
Jamar Chase is floating around.
Yeah. So is Beckham.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but who's me?
So is Amari Cooper for the right price. So,
for the right price. You're going to trade him away. You should have started him last week.
You should have.
I'm still looking to trade him. I need a quarterback.
You need a quarterback?
You Baker Mayfield.
It's my teammate. That's my quarterback.
Patty Mahomes.
Baker Mayfield for Amari Cooper?
Would I give up Baker Mayfield for Amari Cooper?
Yeah.
That's
a good trade. That is a good trade.
Listen, I don't hate on Baker. I like me some Baker, but
yeah, and he did good this year. Like he put up some points.
Just saying, Anthony. I got
Patty Mahomes.
I don't need Baker Mayfield at this point.
I got one last issue before we go off. And that is, if I can find that one, I think I had it on there. Will Atlanta win a game this year?
I think
they win every time they're in practice.
Because that offense, you can't take anything away from the Eagles. They played a good game. That offense is supposed to be – we know their defense sucks. They're going to give up points all day. But that offense they thought was going to be good. And Kyle Pitts, did he show up to the stadium?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is he there?
That was a terrible move.
I don't know about leaving Julio out there. Julio should have stayed where he belongs.
No, but why are you drafting a tight end? Wasn't he 4th or something like that? They drafted him.
They drafted him 4th in the draft. Yeah, they was the number.
First round draft. You missed, and now you're gonna suck for next decade.
Hey,
I know somebody who trading.
The grade's still out on Kyle Pitts. I'm not ready to say he sucks.
I'm not ready to say he sucks, but guess what? You realize that you needed something totally different than a tight end.
Yes, Matty Ice will have a few amazing games. So
yeah, they got the Jets, the Dolphins, the Lions on the schedule.
They also play the Giants and the Cowboys.
They got the Jets. They'll win a game. Yeah.
They also play the Giants and the Cowboys and the Washington football team.
Probably lose to the Giants.
Listen, if we lose to the Falcons, I don't know, man. I don't know how. You might have to find me just on suicide.
I think you should put money on that with my son. That'd be great. All right. Anybody have anything else? We're gonna get out of here.
We should put the suicide hotline on the bottom for Harry, just in case he needs help on the league. I'm here for you.
You know what? I do.
I'm here for you.
Are you though? I feel like you're the one, egging me on. You know?
That's why I'm here for you. I'll push you. I'll push you over the
edge. Do you need Juju Smith-Schuster?
I do. No, I don't.
What'd you say, Phil? Phil, were you talking? What'd you say?
I wasn't talking.
Oh, okay. I thought
he was laughing at Harry.
Yeah.
Why is everybody laughing? Poor Harry.
I know. I scored 70 points. You all should laugh at me.
I know. We see you're down. Now we're trying to take your best player, too.
I only have one. I only have one player.
We just got to get that one player out of there.
I'll end up being like the Eagles. Just terrible.
We will see. All right. We're out of here. We will see everybody next Tuesday night at 7:00. Home Team Sports. I'll be cool now.
I see you shiver with anticipation.